Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's my playground, you wanna join. And so if you wanna join, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It's another night that I was supposed to be out having a good time. Right now, Father Mark's church and a neighboring church, the one that had adoration last weekend that I also didn't go to, they're having a game night, but once again, guess what happened? Gas is expensive, it's a far drive, and now, well, I'm house sitting for my own house. Like, my family isn't here and I'm home alone. House sitting. I'm pretty sad that I can't be with whoever is at game night tonight, but here I am, hanging out with you. So I had a feeling that I was going to get asked to make a video like this, so I'm filming it before anyone asks. And if you don't know, I have a podcast, I also have a YouTube channel, so I'm recording for both today, and the links for the opposite platform will be in the show notes. So now you're like, what are we going to talk about, Ida? Well, that's a good question. We're going to talk about my Eve. And you might be wondering, hey, what's your snack? And that's a good question too, because we're eating an apple. Why would you be eating an apple? What kind of significance does eating an apple have with this song? Funny you should ask. Eve actually ate an apple in the garden, and that's why we have sin in the world. Okay, fine. So your friend here, the Catholic rapper, made a song about Eve? Yes. Also, this apple is really good. If that apple is so good, can I be Adam and try some of the apple? Do you really want to go there? Here. Thanks. You can continue on with your little show now. Your little podcast. Your fancy tripod. Just know they didn't have this stuff in the beginning of time. I remember one time when I was in psychology, when I was in college, I had to write a whole paper. The topic for extra credit was, what's one person dead or alive that you would want to have dinner with and tell them about like the world or something. And I chose Adam and Eve because I thought it would be really cool to tell them how much the world has changed since then. Anyway, enough with that. Yesterday, before my Eve came out, I was getting some airtime on the neighborhood swings, and I was thinking of one of two things as I listened to No Idols, a lot of Temptations. I was also listening to Echo Down, and I was also listening to Deliverance and so on. And besides thinking how cool it would be when I die to put a little LED Mandala emblem like they had at the Roxy on the top corner of my gravestone, that would look super dope at night. I was telling myself, like, are you gonna make this video? You have to make this video. This is gonna be so weird. But I was remembering what somebody had told me a while ago about being ashamed for liking what you like. And I'm gonna quote what this person said. It's a he. He said, the only time it becomes an issue is when you don't own how much you like it by apologizing for it. Because then you're basically telling us you're ashamed for liking it as much as you do. And that doesn't make us feel any better. LOL. Just own it. That's what we're gonna do. And I'm not gonna apologize for going on a little Mandala reaction, even though I was like, oh my gosh, what if somehow Dominic finds this video? But it's fine. Because I'm just gonna be myself, and that's what matters. I'm like, but how am I supposed to make a reaction video because I can't play the song because I don't want to get copyrighted? Well, that's a good question. God came to the rescue, and last night when my Eve came out, I had an experience. Judging by the title, you probably know what it is. So I journaled from 11 to midnight while I streamed the song on repeat. It helped to write out some of the lyrics. If I went into detail about everything I wrote on those 2.5 pages, we'd be here all night. And while y'all are keeping me company and helping me to somewhat get my mind off of the fact that I'm not where I could and should have been. And in fact, in a minute here, I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes. And now, without a further ado, let's dance on 'em proper and give you a great My Eve reaction and tell you why I think Jesus was speaking to me. So let's dive in to my journal really quick. Guys, once again, Dominic has done it again. Mandala has done it again. And shout out to his sister, Mia. Oh wait, I have to set the timer. Hey Mia, if you ever see this, can we be friends too? I was just thinking how much that I cannot wait to sing it back to Dom and Mia at a show someday. Fingers crossed I get that opportunity again. I don't know, but somehow I felt something that first time that it was going. It takes me a couple times to listen to the song to really pick up on the vibe and what they're trying to say and all of that. But I'm I feel Jesus trying to speak to me. And so I just I think I wrote somewhere. I was Jesus, what are you trying to tell me through Dominic? Jesus, speak to me through this song. I'm gonna get so deep and emotional and y'all are just gonna be like, Ida, this is not what the song means. But it's fine, because this is my opinion reaction. And if you want to give your own opinion, trust me, I would be delighted to hear it. I love talking about this. Obviously, Dominic has a gift. So the song starts off and it says, every time I talk to you, the convo is shallow. When I want to make it deeper, but I just don't know how to. And immediately, I know this is not what the song is talking about. I related it to having social anxiety and insecurity. Trust me, when you have a group of friends and then that chapter is over, when you have your college friends and then you're out of college and then you have social anxiety and insecurity and now you're making new friends, it's not as deep and it's not what you had back here in college. So now you're just, for me, when I make friends, consistency is a really big thing. So I just need that consistency, and I need that consistency to get comfortable, and then getting comfortable helps me go deep. This is in no particular order, but there's another line towards the end of the song that says, you were royalty long before you were conceived. And I'm I felt God trying to say, long before we were conceived, God knew us and we were his, and hallelujah, all glory to the Most High. What a blessing that is. And I found Jeremiah 1:5. That's from, what's the Armani Devon song? I can't think of what it's called, but I think he says Jeremiah 1:5.
Jeremiah 1:5.
And it says, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I consecrated you. I appointed you a prophet to the nations. The next thing that I talked about was I just took a line of the song and it says, Jesus, I pray you take away my pain. One of the things that y'all should know, I can just pray with Dominic's lyrics. So might need to take some of these lines or the song in adoration. Another thing that I was praying with one of the lyrics, I wrote, Jesus, truly make me free. Help me come to you when I feel my wounds are too deep. Jesus, when I hurt, help me give it all to you. I believe you can take away my sorrows and take away my sin. Guys, I don't want to say this is my favorite line of the song, but this may be my favorite line of the song. And I turned it into a prayer. And it says, Jesus, I have so much beauty hidden. Help me to see myself the way you see me, the way you see me, every man. And then he's like, girl. It's hard, but I believe I'm heaven bound. Wait. Dominic just said, no place could be heaven without you around. Holy crap. If that's actually what he says and that's actually the truth, then heck, I want to go to heaven. But just not yet. Even though the little mandala thing on the corner of my headstone would be really cool, I'm not ready to die yet. Ready to die, you said, it's not time though, so hallelujah. If Dominic just prayed for Jesus to give me peace, thank you, Dominic. I needed it. I was kind of stressing out earlier in that day because gas prices are so high. Literally, it's $6 a gallon now. That's literally just one of the things that I'm stressing out about. Another thing, which I know I'm just bouncing all over the place, I'm just trying to fly through some of this stuff. My confidence coach, I was telling her that a new Mandala song was coming out, and she's like, girl, you need to enjoy it. You need to do something for yourself. And she's like, you need that boost. And so it was that boost. It was good. And Jesus was speaking to me. So not only was it a good, emotional boost, but it was a good spiritual boost as well. So thank you, Dominic. I really wanted to just grab Dad's speaker this morning and listen to it, have my dance party, do my workout type thing. But I have my confidence coach, and my sister is home from college and she doesn't go to the gym. So I didn't have the house all to myself. And I just kept praying, okay, Jesus, keep speaking to me through Dominic. What are you trying to tell me? Inspire me. And all glory to the Most High, he did. Another part of the song that I really love says, but I still want to know your name, your deepest secrets, and your pain. So here I think Jesus is trying to tell me, or Dominic's trying to get across, no matter what we do, Jesus still wants to know our name and be our friend. And he wants us to come to him and tell us all of our pain and our deepest secrets because, well, he wants to heal us. Another line of the song says, I know it hurts for you to explain. Your wounds are engraved. Wounds are engraved. I'm like, ha! The complicated things that I've been bringing to Jesus recently, the amount of times that I've cried in prayer, the amount of times I've questioned everything, the amount of times that I've come to Jesus confused, and I'm like, seriously, you let this one thing happen, and now this other thing has happened? Bad timing for the first thing to happen, because you already knew the second thing was going to happen. The amount of times that I kind of just, don't feel anything or nothing's actually working. Just keep going to Jesus, y'all. I had no idea that Jesus would be speaking to me, if that's what we're gonna call it. But God had other plans. I'm like, Lord, I don't know how to make this reaction video. I know people are gonna be asking for it. And then that also inspired me with another Bible verse that is from Jeremiah 29:11 that says, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope in a future. One of my favorite Bible verses ever. How much time do I have? Okay, 1 minute. Really quickly, I wanted to say something. I remember this DM that Dominic had sent me a while ago, and he says, God meets people where they are at and communicates them at a level that they can understand. And I'm like, not to be dramatic, but I believe another thing that Jesus was speaking to me through, I'm just so thankful that I have friends who I can go to and they can be exactly what needs to help me. I mean, this person doesn't know everything, but just thankful for those friends because I believe Jesus was speaking me to that through that friend, because my friend was like, hey, I get it. I'm kind of going through the same thing and it's sense. And he's like, you're not alone. And he's like, I'm bummed too. And he's like, it's hard for all of us. He said that, I'm sorry. But then he's also like, it's going to be okay. This is only temporary and everything. And he's like, you got this, Ida. So I'm really thankful for friends who can just speak into me and that Jesus can speak through as well. Shout out to Dominic. Shout out to Mia. Let's be friends. I think that's literally the gist of it. Oh, I just decided not to. Tell me when the time was up. All right. This is long. I'm going to try to edit this, make it as short as I can. I feel like that was not 10 minutes. It took me 10 minutes to do the intro. I'm so sorry, but you guys should go stream My Eve, eat an apple while you listen to the song. Go read Genesis. Go see what God's trying to speak to you through, and who would have thought that God could speak to me through rap. I think that's all I want to say about My Eve. I hope that I passed the reaction test. I know also we're going to name drop this person, Grace, was like, you need to do more reaction videos and more challenge videos. And so I'm like, girl, me, you, and Mia. Should be with me, Anita and Jesse, if you were here now. I'm not going to say it on the podcast because I already stopped it and it's currently uploading, but I forgot to sign it out and say ciao babes. I was too busy singing. Alright, I'm going to sign it out. Ciao babes. This right here is still the tape that was on the floor at Dom's last show, and it's kind of starting to unpeel, and I desperately need a new phone, but I'm just enjoying feeling that tape. every time I pick up my phone.